Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of my UX journey. Today, I have with me Emese. She's a brilliant UX designer. I came across to work on a project, though we did not finish together because of our different work and stress and stuff. But I came across and see her work, and I really, really enjoyed it a lot. So here I am, Emese. Welcome to my show, and good
Mm.
morning.
Good morning.
As you see, she's a very cheerful person. When she does her work, she has always good insight, critics. So I really liked her work, and I wanted her to have this small session. So this episode that I do, Emese, it's all about your UX journey. People coming from different background. How is their experience so far with UX, and what was their background and everything. So first, I wanted to know is, as I know very little about you, that um, if you can tell me a little bit about the background that you came from and what made you interest taking the UX.
Yes. So I studied industrial design, and actually, I think quite many of us studied that as a first degree. So I was doing that degree in Hungary, and I really liked it. So I'm not saying that I didn't like it, and I really enjoyed the uni years and everything. But at the end, I felt like it's not really for me. I couldn't say why. Maybe because it was really broad. So in general, of course, like bachelor degrees, so like your first degree is like usually like a broad like knowledge, and you have to like specialize in something. And so what we could choose is we could choose interior design, fashion design, and packaging design. And I did choose packaging design, and I liked it. I also did my thesis in that, but I just when I graduated, I just couldn't imagine myself doing that. So I was like, okay, there has to be something else for me. So I knew that I wanted to do a master's degree, but I wanted to do it abroad. So this is also like something that I said, okay, if I do it, I do it abroad. And but I said, I need to know like for sure what do I want to do. So I just didn't want to pick a random degree and just do it for the sake of doing it. So I said, okay, let's wait. So I was working in various positions. It really didn't, it had a little or not at all like connection to industrial design. And already around my graduation, I heard about UX design, and it was quite a new thing back then. And I liked it. I still didn't understand what is it. I guess it was just like really something popular and something new. So I just started to read about it. And and basically in so I was working for 2 years, and at the end of that 2 years period, I was still super curious about UX design. So I said, okay, that's it. I mean, it, 2 years has passed, and I still like I still want to do it. So I said, okay, this is it. And like UX design, it's somehow already like connected to industrial design. So I was getting a pretty good base knowledge with my first degree, and I felt like that I can build on that. Of course, it's another field. Of course, it's a tech field, but I was super excited to try something new. And it's still really like human centered. So it's really about the user. And this user centered approach is pretty much the same. Of course, the methodology is a bit different, but still. And you still have to be creative. You have to be innovative, and really it's just like an endless opportunities with UX. So yes, that's why I chose it. Yeah.
Interesting. One question, just out of my curiosity, because I get to know a few of my friends who are also doing industrial design. So, can you tell me, like, what's the major difference that you find between industrial design and coming to UX design? What's the major difference that you feel?
Wow.
Like, one, if I ask you, like, one major difference that you feel that is where UX is way important? Yeah, what which area that you feel in the in between two?
Yeah, I would say that UX is all around us. So it's everywhere. We can also say that industrial design is all around us because of course we use the physical products. But still I think that with UX you have more connection with the users. So what I experienced is that you just don't like just put a product on the market and like, okay, let's see if they will buy it or not. I mean, probably sometimes it's like this also when you do a new application or something. But how I learned to do these things, I was always like, that was the best part of it, that I was communicating with the future users. So it was really something like interactive and forever changing. So I think this is like the biggest
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to tell my viewers as well one more really important things. If you are thinking about taking UX as your career, um, I'm sorry, but not sorry that you need to be communicative. You need to communicate with people, not in a sense that you always need to talk, but you need to understand their feeling uh, about the product or the service. So it's always good that you have the sense that you have to ask question. Sometimes if you can get multiple answer, and sometimes you might think that you are not getting the right answer, which is totally fine. That also helps you to understand that what is going on in your user mind or your target markets or target group's mind. So excellent. And as Amisha said, this has, I think, happened in my career as well. I graduated, my background was networking, but while working I came across to know about UX and product design as well, and I got the interest. So it's very hard to see people that who did their bachelor and exactly working on the same industry, those who are doing totally fine, those who discovers after 1 2 years, which is absolutely fine as well, and the latter part of the people I feel more constructive and more productive. So excellent journey, Amisha, so far. And then um, when you first, let's say, took the course of UX, or maybe started reading a book about UX or saw a UX project, what did you feel? And how was that first feeling? Yeah. Like, did you find it difficult? Did you find it, oh, interesting, I can do it? How was it?
I guess it was a roller coaster, really. Like it had its ups and downs. I mean, so it's like a tech field, and I'm not super tech savvy. Still, I mean, of course, I knew some stuff, but really, it was like so many new things that I had to learn about, and so it was a tiny bit intimidating at the very beginning. So I really had to speed up and and just read a lot and try a lot of things. So this is what helped me. Like if I didn't understand something, how things work, I just tried it. So like I didn't understand what it's like HTML, or like if I understood like the main like picture, but still. So I was like, okay, let's do it, let's try it. So I was just doing some online courses and just doing it, and the I was like doing everything step by step. So this is what helped me to not like freak out. And then at the end, like when I was looking back, like, oh my god, I that's really cool. I couldn't
Yeah.
do this like a few months ago. So yeah, but overall, I felt really excited. And finally, I was like, oh my God, I understand what is user experience now. So still, like, really, like, still until today, like, every day I learn something new, and it's really cool.
Excellent. Yeah. I think UX, it's a progressive journey. We learn everything every day, and when I see product or a service, new service, I get there is no similar service that I find. Even example, if I talk about, I was thinking about food delivery service, that we have around. Every food delivery service user experience is different. Not one is similar to another one. Yes, you can say, yeah, they all doing the same purpose. Of course, the purpose is same, but there is some unique selling point, or there is some unique choice of every single service or app that is bringing the customer, that is holding the client. And they found the result by testing and doing the brainstorm with the user. So it's very interesting um, topic we get to learn every day, and we become a very major part of the product or service as well, because how we are gonna set up to the client, I think that's how the client is gonna go and take the journey. So yeah, it's amazing, excellent journey so far. So tell me more. So mm, you changed your career, you took the UX, you learned a little bit of coding, you loved it, enjoyed it. What's the struggle that you faced? And I think the struggle you faced probably common to many people who comes to the industry. And what's the struggle you face? How much have you overcome that struggle? And what's the advice? Probably a small advice to the people who are in the industry and also struggling. Yeah.
Okay. So the biggest struggle is finding projects. So this is like the ultimate, like the biggest one. And especially like I moved to a new country, I started a new degree, and of course there is a university like supporting you, but still, I remember that like the real struggle arrived when the pandemic happened. So still it was like during the first semester. So I was busy working on the university project, but then summer came and it was pandemic. I didn't have a job. I didn't have the project to work on. And there was when I felt like, okay, was it actually the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And and that was the moment actually when I was just talking with Jess, so from the previous video, Jess, and she just asked me if I'm busy, and I said, oh, not really. And she said, oh, actually, there are a few projects that I've been working on, but I there are a few that I just can't continue doing. So would you like to try it? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And so this is how we also met with you, and and so these projects were like university projects, and they were going um, throughout the whole summer, and that was really like life saving. So first of all, they were coming at the perfect moment, and second of all, they were really interesting projects, and we had an amazing team, a multidisciplinary team. So we had developers, designers, researchers, and then so suddenly I was right in the middle of it. And even though it's a small scale project, um, and still it was really amazing. So and after that, I think that project somehow contributed to me getting a job at Kingston University. So I think my advice is to just of course like search for the project, but also like recognize when an opportunity comes, that just take it. So even if it's a small project, and you are not sure if it's going to go anywhere, just take it really, because even just for the fun, it's meeting new people, it's just really good.
Yeah, interesting. um I was exactly on the same boat like you. I think I even worse. I was going through some mental stress that time because of the financial issue, new country and everything. And so I remember I was but I try to push myself as much as I can, and I think I came across to um, know about this video about, I forgot the writer. So he was talking about personal branding, and that actually hit me a lot. That um, any small project, you take it and you do it with proper sincerity and take it as a real project. And also, second thing what I found is I need to put there, like, people won't come to us. I need to go and tell people that, listen, I'm available, I can do this, I am here for you. So you, if you need, I can help you. That is when actually I started doing I joined some Adobe courses, like, not courses, there were some code jam program where you do the projects and then they select something. I came out really bad, don't worry, but what I came across is I got to meet almost 120 other UX designers from different countries. That was really, really interesting. I think one of the turning point that it really helped me. And when I saw other people work, I saw there are other designers who are who even not as good as my level. I mean, it's bad to say, but the way they're trying, so I feel like, okay, we have to try as well, and we become good friends as well, and that, so it's very nice what you say, that um, we need to come across, take any projects that we think, don't worry about is it too difficult, too hard. You will come across to know people, you'll come across to get around people who will help you. So excellent. And about some people, I think, get a little bit intimidating about learning tools, which is I think learning tools for UX is the most easiest that I found.
And it's the best, really. I
It's the
mean, it's
best.
entertaining, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest. Even if you ask me to go and learn in like front end development, HTML, I cannot learn in 3 4 days. But UX tool, I think I can learn in 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
Uh, that's a bit of it. So that was the challenge. Now, what's the process? Okay, let's talk about a little bit of process. That I know you prepared something for us, for the audience. It's good, I'm really excited to see, but no pressure at all. I know everyone does it in different way. I have a different method. I do a lot of sketching first because I came from a visual design background. I'll do a lot of sketching for, that's my strength, so I work on my strength. I do a lot of sketching first, and then I do brainstorm. Some people I have seen does a lot of um, text-based research or content-based research. Like I had conversation with Jessica. She is excellent researcher. I think she can bring out the information from the client. It's really, really nice. So let's see and check what Emese has for us, and let's see what's her process of working.
Yeah. So actually, also, this is going to be like a UX research focused project. So it was my latest university project. Let me share my screen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
I have given the permission now. Sorry.
yeah. I'm always forgetting that Zoom is like
Yeah.
this. So used to using Teams. Okay. So I hope now you can see the full
Yeah, I
screen.
can see. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So a little bit of background story for this project. So what happened is that I got a job at Kingston University, and I am now a technology enhanced learning intern. And this meant that so suddenly I received like a really like thorough, really good training on Canvas, how to use it, which was actually really useful because as a student, I had no idea. And so I got a training how to use Canvas. And after that, I had to provide technical support for staff. So I saw every day staff members struggling to use Canvas. And and the new semester came and I had to choose a redesign project, and I was like, okay, it has to be Canvas because there are like parts that I'm just when I see like um, the staff members struggling the very same thing, like a button or like something, it's like I was like, okay, this has to be changed, and this is how I started to work on Canvas. And
Just to interrupt for the user, so Canvas is a content management system that we use for our education purpose. So here, student, employer, teacher, lecturer, everyone, we use this whole system where teacher can, let's say they have their announcement, they have their notification, grades, we need to upload our assignments. So that is the system. So yeah, just to
yeah,
give
sorry,
them a
I
little bit of, yeah.
yeah, so Canvas is a virtual learning environment and it was developed by Instructure. And yeah, so this is what tool Kingston University has been using. And before that, we had Blackboard. So that was also a similar product. So here you can see my design process. It's a tiny bit different from like the usual like design thinking methodology, but I really had to adjust this, shape it to the project. So this was really like it was based on the usability test. And I also wrote their field study. So when I say field study, I mean like those months that I spent with the actual staff members struggling using the product. And so this is how I would imagine in a real life situation, like that they would send me to, okay, like you want to redesign this product, then see the users using it. So that's why I think that was really something really precious to see that. All and that like field study. So my job, it helped me to. I mean, my head was full of assumptions, and I just wanted to test those assumptions, and I wanted to see if they are correct. So I made a couple of research questions, and I worked through the methodology. Of course, I had personas because it was really important for recruiting the participants for the usability test. So after that, I did the usability test. So I will show later, but here I will just briefly mention that I was testing Canvas with teachers and also with students. So I was interested in both perspectives, and I also did some post um, test questionnaires. And after that, I put the data analysis in the ideate phase, but it was like somewhere like between, so like define, ideate, but like because of analyzing all the data and like identifying the findings and all the usability issues, that was what led to all the redesign recommendations. So this is how, so I had to go through a lot of data, like they were quantitative, qualitative data, really good. Sometimes, of course, an interview was, it seemed like that it's just not going anywhere. And I just, and still you need to like lead the participants
Hmm.
to
Always, yeah.
yes, exactly. So that's why, but also that it's really valuable data, and the task analysis was also really important to know where could you make the whole flow a bit easier. And then the prototype was basically, I would say it was more like a minimum viable product, so it was not
Okay.
a really functional prototype. But this was really important because the whole design process was supposed to be an iterative process. So after I made the prototype, I wanted to test it again. So like so to just get some justification that actually the changes that I've made were they the correct changes, or am I completely going to the wrong direction? So this was the whole process in a nutshell. And here you can see the research questions. So why I put
Hmm.
them here, it's because they were the base for the project. So I was always returning to these research questions. And these research questions, um, they define the whole scope of the project. So of course, Canvas it can be used for so many things. And I had to narrow it down and just focus on a few features. And I chose these four research questions. They were actually already based somehow on my assumptions on what I saw during my job. So of course there could be other research questions as well, but I wanted to start with these. And as a result, I made four usability test tasks for the lecturers and five tasks for the students. And here you can just see a few screenshots from the actual usability tests. And here you can see the two personas. So it was really important to know my personas, and I was in that lucky situation that I did know my users. So I did know the over like the general background of the staff members and also the students, and I they continuously told me like this was really something that was always coming back, that they just don't have time to just play around with Canvas. So they understand, yeah, it can be used for a lot of things, but I don't want to use it for that many things. I'm like tired, and the end of the day I just have to like, I don't know, update the homepage of my module, and why do I have to spend hours with it? So it was really nice to like to hear them and to shape the project according to this. And here is just a quick example how like the whole process for me worked. Of course, like this is really just like a brief. So this is there were so many other things in the background, but how it started is that I had in this example the assumption that Kingston University is using a template page system. So the teachers are asked to use template pages for the topic pages, unit pages on Canvas, but that was confusing. And I had a lot of support sessions when I had to explain them how to use it. And it wasn't their fault, of course, it was just
Yeah.
complicated. And so I did the usability test based on that. And you can see that there were some the task success rate was just 25%, and also the post task rating was low. So this was somehow like showing me, okay, there is something wrong. But I would like to mention that it's not always this black and white. So sometimes you get 100% task success rate, but it doesn't mean that actually the task is good and there are no issues. And yeah, and then I just did the task analysis, and I saw that there are just unnecessary steps to do it. So I reduced the steps. And here,
Sorry to interrupt. One thing just to make some user clear. Some of I think ask me about task success rate. So task success rate is, as a UX designer, we set up some task for the user that they do it. Example, go to the checkout section of the page, or go to the find the discount information from this page. So if that user can do it, that means that user has successfully done it. If they can't do it, then that means that success has not been done. That is how we do the task success. So yeah, carry on. Just wanted to confirm few.
yes,
Yeah,
is it? Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm skipping some parts. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and I would just like to share another screen and actually show this task on Canvas. It's really just a few clicks.
excellent. Yeah,
Why is it too complicated? So let me share that one.
yeah. People will get an overview of Canvas as well. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So basically, they were asked to like create a topic page by using the topic page template, and what they had to do is go to pages,
Hmm.
and after that, they still don't have any button for creating pages. They don't even see the list of pages. They're again like directed to the home page. So they have to find the view all pages button, click on it. Then they have a list of the pages, and
Okay,
here they have to search for a template page. There is like down here a topic page template, and then edit that page.
okay.
And this takes a lot of repetition. So of course there were some participants who were really experienced in it, and they could do it. But even then they said, why do I have to do all these clicks if I could do it in one click? And I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, exactly
Correct.
why.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why let me just go back to the presentation. So that's why I said, okay, let's reduce those tabs. And it's just a really simple screenshot here. So if you can see just like one
Yeah.
part of the hierarchical task analysis. So what I changed is that I put add page button on the home page. So you don't even have to go to the pages um, uh, module navigation menu. You don't have to go there because you can already create an add page button. You can already create a page from the home page. And after that, you can choose that you want a template page. And then you can choose if it's the topic page template or unit page template. So this is it. And then you just click let's go and you have a topic page template. So I felt like that it's really unnecessary to give the teachers all that power to to having to scroll down
Yeah.
and try to search for it. So really this is it, and this is just like one example. So of course I would still have to test it if this is actually making it easier for them. So I couldn't do the iteration, but this is how it works. So this was the process. And sometimes, as I mentioned before, like even I had an assumption that something is not working good. Actually, the participants said that, oh, it's not that bad, it's quite okay, but there is something else that I don't like. So even though I had my assumptions,
Yeah.
the participants after that, they led me and they showed me like where are the actual issues.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So HTA is hierarchical task analysis. It helps a lot to understand the steps, whether I have a step which I really needed, or have I just put it for no reason. So as you have seen, Emese has done a wonderful job, and I should give a clap because that's a university project as well. So it's not easy. She has to keep a lot of things in mind, and excellent work so far. As you have seen, for a small change, she has to do all this research and come out proper evidence that why she needs to change it or why she feels like changing it. And we as a UX designer, we try to make the experience better when we see there's a problem. Um, Sometimes that, I would say, some people will say that I don't like the design, but if that is working, that is the UX is good. It doesn't matter whether you don't like the design. Maybe the color is red or blue, but if you're getting enough clicks on that button, if you're getting more retention of the client, if the client in the survey from saying, okay, I'm fine, I'm all right, that means that's working. So it's all about how users think of the features of the project. But as I think I counted, like, you, she has done almost 16 to 18 process to come to at least one simple decision. So excellent work, by the way. And for the people who are watching, don't worry, that's it's I'm telling you, all these steps are very interesting. You will never get bored. If when you're creating a persona, it's very exciting. When you're going for a user journey, user map, everything, like even HTA, it's very interesting to look. It's very intimidating. You will never get bored. That's what one of the thing I like UX about. It's I never get bored on simple project. So excellent job. And now I think we have come to almost the end of our interview session, or I would say just conversation experience. What would you advise to newcomers to this industry? What are the things that they should keep in mind before coming? And it's like example, you know, if I had tell you this before, yeah, what are the things that you would have wanted to know from me? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have a few things. Still, maybe you should ask me this question like 5 years later. But but yeah, I have a couple of things. So I guess like one thing is that don't think that, especially if you're a career changer and you did something completely else, don't think that that was a waste of time. Like no, it's like it's just adding you, and it's whatever you did. Like um even if you came from, I don't know, healthcare, from business, like you can just imagine that you are working on a project that is based on that, and you will have all the insights already. So it's really valuable. So whatever you did before, it's I think it's even better than to just like completely, like, as also you said, like just like that, to just completely like focusing on this field. It's really nice if you've done something before that. So I think that's it. So just don't be afraid, and like really just value what you've done and all the knowledge that you already have. And 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 to just like oh, also this thing, like I remember when I was about to choose like my master degree, like I was undecided if I choose a boot camp or a master's degree, and I was just reading through forums and I just couldn't decide. And like my advice would be is just pick one. So whatever you feel that is more correct for you. So I felt like even though I was reading about like boot camps are really good and everything, I felt that personally to me, I want to be I want to go to university. I want to have a master's degree. So I felt like, okay, and I want to spend more time with it. Like actually, I'm also like a part-time student, so I'm spending 2 years with the university, and I really love this, that I have the time, and so that's it. So I don't think that any of those. So and like they would like boot camp would be better, a master's degree. It's just really your personal choice. And also to do everything like step by step, so just
Yeah.
like small steps. I mean, this is a general advice also in your life, but like this really helps you to not freak out at the very beginning of the project. So to
Yeah.
just really to just make a schedule for your stuff and to just like, yeah.
Excellent. Wow. I think for so super important, even something for me to learn as well. So I'm gonna just repeat what Amisha has said. So don't think it's a waste of time if you are changing your career to a new transition. Never think it's a waste of time, because in UX, every single day, even if you read a blog, there's a new thing coming up, and you'll be so like it's like a big ocean, and when you are dropped in the ocean, don't feel you are lost. Don't feel that. It will take you somewhere, and it will take you to the right direction. um, Always value what you have done. So what I feel always, like when I finish a project, I always put it in a folder, make it nicely. I don't just throw it anywhere like in the document or download. No, I feel that no, I have worked a lot on this and I want to put it in it there. So my advice is, if you have done something, even a small part, even a sketch, if you have a portfolio or a blog, or it could be your hard drive, you put it. And because that will show how much you are valuing your own work. So if you don't love your own work, you cannot make it love to the other people. So you need to love your own work first. Third thing she said, I was in the same situation, whether I was choosing a boot camp or a degree to the university. There are not many university which are providing UX design degree. There's a lot of boot camp there as well. Like I was contacting General Assembly, I was contacting a few other boot camp as well. But I wanted to have a full experience about students, about teachers, about the environment. Despite the pandemic, when I chose, I didn't know the pandemic will happen, but I wanted to explore in a different way. Like even when I walk to the street, I want to see how it is. How is there is one of the really best I have seen the UX experience is when I'm crossing the road in London and it says look right and look left. That is most helpful. One of the best UX example, one of the
Take
best UX
that life
example.
a few times, yeah.
Yeah, like I really want to meet that UX designer who came up with this idea. It's very simple, it's very effective. So those kind of experience I wanted to have. That's why I chose to have a degree in London. um, Last one, she said small steps. Definitely, the best part of UX is every single small steps that you can perfection it as well. And you can, the information are out there, you can know, you can find out, and you can actually like shape it in a very nice way. So don't worry about it, you will do fine. Thank you, Amisha,
Sorry,
so
one
much.
small thing like that I forgot to mention, but it's like for me it was really
Sure.
valuable. So that to just not spend too much time on making the prototype. So like
Okay.
making it perfect, visually like super appealing. Like you should be focusing on the iterative process and just repeat
Yeah.
and test and repeat. So this is like my number one advice, really, if you want a good product,
Yeah.
if you have the time.
100%. 100% agree. Totally. I mean, a lot. One of when you search, this is what confusing part. When let's say you search about UX, and you on Google and you go to image, you will see a lot of different prototype, and you will get confused. Oh my god, I have to learn the design, I have to understand this, I have to understand that, I have to understand the spacing, all this. No, don't think about it. The main difference between UX and graphic design or other design is UX is all about logic. You have to understand the logic behind it. Why there is a sign up, why there the button is there. You need to properly give answer of that thing that you have designed. Like just to give one answer properly, as you saw, Emisha has done steps just to tell the user, I am using this because I have found this is going to work, and this will ease the stress of the user. So you have seen this a really nice logical process. So don't think about the prototype too much, but the decision making and iterative process, need to spend more time on it, more research on it. Yeah. um, Thank you, Amisha. I think excellent, excellent. I really, really liked. I really wanted to bring you in this show because I know you are an excellent designer. I like your style. I like very simplistic way of thinking and finding the solution. So it's one of my personal choice. So I really liked it. And thank you for having me on conversation part as well. So yeah, once this pandemic is over, definitely we'll go meet up, have some coffee, all the UX nerd people that I have. Yeah, like there are few people still I really want to meet personally and need to want to like understand how they think about the industry, because it's still growing, and I want to explore more. I feel I haven't explored enough yet.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thank you so much. And that's all for today. And hope to see you guys with a different person, with a different project, and a different experience. Bye bye, and signing off.